Hey everyone's Jackel Wolf back in Skyfactory 4 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the advancement book. Last episode, though, we went to the nether using the nether cake. We got ourselves 3 wither skeleton skulls, which is very, very important because to do the next advancement in this book, which is the obtain an ardite sapling, we are actually going to need a nether star. So there's no way of getting a nether star in Skyfactory 4 without fighting the wither. Though once you fought the wither, there's a couple of different ways you can, sort of automatically get them and farm them and all of that. But you got to fight the wither at least once. So this episode, before we fight the wither, what we're going to do is we're going to invest in a little bit of real estate that is going to help us fight this wither, and that is going to be making some wither-proof material. So first off, the easiest one that we can make right off the bat is some reinforced obsidian, which is wither-proof. How you make reinforced obsidian is 4 pieces of obsidian in a crafting table with 5 iron bars. Now, this is not the only way you can make reinforced obsidian. You can also come over here to your alloy smelter. I've got some liquid molten iron, and then up here in this tank, I've got some molten obsidian. You just get that by throwing obsidian into a melter. So as soon as I go and start filling this up, we should start getting a alloy here of... There we go. So I forgot, it is about 4 blocks of obsidian to like 1 ingot of iron, makes you 1 or 2 blocks of this molten reinforced obsidian. So it is, fairly expensive, but then again, so is this reinforced obsidian. That was 4 pieces of obsidian to make 2 pieces of obsidian. So overall, it is a really, really expensive recipe, but we will get a couple of extra blocks that way, and I'm actually going to, automate this faucet up here because we're going to need a lot more obsidian in here than we're going to need iron. But while that is running in the background, the other thing that we can do is we can make ourselves some witherproof glass. Now, these blocks here are, really, really cool. They look really, really nice. But, especially if you set up like a wither farm, you're going to want to be able to see the withers in there. So a bit of wither glass is probably a good thing. And this does mine, fairly quickly, with diamond and up. So it's not super, super, problematic if you, place it incorrectly. But to make wither glass, we're first going to need a whole bunch of soul sand. Now, we could go to the nether, we could harvest up that soul sand, but we've already done that once, and, again, this is all going to be about automation. So the second way we can get soul sand, the way that we can manufacture soul sand in our world is through the use of liquid XP and regular sand. One of the easiest ways of making liquid XP is just to collect it from yourself. You see it down below, I've got 27 levels of XP. What I want to do is I want to drain that out of me by using a XP drain. Now, to make an XP drain, we're first going to need 2 Eyes of Ender, which is just blaze powder and ender pearls. We're also going to need a Singularity Tank. Now, a Singularity Tank is 4 pieces of iron and 5 pieces of glass. We're going to take these 2 items, we're going to place the Singularity Tank, the 2 Eyes of Ender, 1 iron bar, and a hopper, and that's going to get us an XP drain. So an XP drain is really, really cool. I'm just going to go and place it right here. We're going to hop up on top, and if I go quick enough, you can see it is draining the XP out of me and into this tank. So this is one way of getting liquid XP. There are a couple of other different ways of doing it, but because I had so many levels and I don't have any plans of doing any enchanting, this seemed to be a good way of doing it. If you've got a mob farm and you've got diamond or above spikes or a grinder or something like that, XP will be a natural drop as well, and you can use, I believe you can use this to collect that XP, as well as I think there's another thing in there for mob XP that you can use. But you can see now we have now got a full drain, not a full tank. We've got a bunch of liquid XP in a tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of sand, I'm going to place it in a casting table. We're just going to right click on a faucet that I just so handedly placed right here, and this is going to go and it's going to turn itself into soul sand. It is a little bit of a slow process. You could totally automate this as well. One other thing to keep in mind, when you have the liquid XP in a tank and you want to get it out for your own use, say you are going to eventually do some enchanting, you can use a XP tap. So why don't we just open up our simple storage here? We'll go XP, and there we go. There's the tap. It is super simple to make. It is a piece of obsidian and 3 iron ingots. And tell you what, let's just go grab one of these just so we can kind of showcase how you would get this XP out if you want to get it back in your XP bar. So you're just going to turn it on, and you can see it starts filling up. You turn it off, and it stops. And you get too many, you can go back here and drain it out into your tank. So that is good. That is going to be our one method of getting some soul sand into the world. And as soon as I get that empty, we're going to come down here. Now, the next step we need to do is we need to make ourselves some dirty glass. Now, to make dirty glass, it is simply 5 pieces of soul sand and 4 pieces of glass in a crafting table gets you 4 pieces of dirty glass. Now, the unfortunate thing here is when you go to craft your witherproof glass, you actually need 5 pieces of dirty glass. So it is, again, a little bit of an expensive recipe, but it is for fighting the wither. So you're not going to be building huge buildings out of this stuff. But 5 pieces of dirty glass, 4 pieces of obsidian gets you 2 reinforced glass, which is also witherproof. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut. I'm going to go and make a bunch more of these resources. I'm going to build a little bit of a wither fighting area, and we'll come back and we'll fight the wither. Okay guys, so I am back, and you can see the wither containment area behind me. I'm all kitted out, ready to fight the wither. I've made it about 4 blocks high and 3 blocks deep, which should be more than enough to contain him. If you make it too small, there is a possibility that they can kind of warp through it, and the last thing you want is for them to be out in your world. I did build it a little bit far away. I don't anticipate any problems, but I think things will be going pretty good. So what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't want to fall off the edge. I'll grab my wither skulls, go 1, 2, and then last but not least, 3. There you go. The wither has formed. Michael, I don't know who that is, but I love that it puts the player skins on here. And as soon as he pops, there we go, we can run in and we can start attacking him. Now there is a small chance that he's going to hit us with a random bolt, but we are pretty well protected here. I've done this previously in Skyfactory 3. I did a full-on automated wither dropper, but I don't know. This could take a little bit of a while. This is probably not the best weapon for it. I am doing pretty good with it, though. You see, he's not getting out. He's not destroying my world. He's not knocking me back. We're getting down to 65. And come on. Come on. Almost there. Come on. There we go. Oh, and actually, I managed to upgrade the sword. So that's another advancement I wasn't expecting about. So the Wither Without You advancement is what we just got there. You can see I've gotten the Nether Star that I was looking for. I actually got another Wither Head as well. That is pretty cool. But if we jump into our advancements, we could see the Wither Without You is the one that I was going for. And then I believe... level up a Tinker's Construct tool or weapon. So that's an added bonus one for today. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it useful as well. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page as well as a link to my brand new Patreon page. If you guys have enjoyed my content and you want to become a part of my channel, check it out. All of my supporters, get their names on at the end of all of my videos. But that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.